It's an egg brat smell within here, same.
I feel so guilty. I can't go through with it.
Greetings and salutations to all you dreamers out there. I'm Waterwitch, and, yeah, this is still a thing. This thing right here. I'm not sure if I really very much appreciate it. So, it's been a hot minute, and the world's kind of coming to an end, so, that's chill. Not really. But in all seriousness, though, before we get into this, I hope you all are staying safe. I hope you guys are healthy. I hope that you're following social distancing stuff and all the stuff in quarantine, wearing a mask whenever you go outside. And if you are still being forced to get up out in the world to work, as I am, just do whatever you can to keep yourself happy, sane, and healthy, because world's kind of crazy right now, and my fellow workers in retail and fast food, y'all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, there's my PSA of the day. Waterwitch of the Dream Team tells y'all, wear a mask, stay healthy, and just try not to go crazy, because we've already gone crazy enough. But yeah, what better way to revisit Doki Doki Literature Club, because the game's is kind of going to shit, so, that's a bloop. That'll be a bleep to add in editing. That'll be fun. But yeah, last time we were here, we kind of left Sayori hanging, no pun intended, and the game restarted, and now it's trying to cope without my girl there, and this one right here, I don't know how, I don't know when, because quite honestly, most of the second half of the game is kind of a blur to me. I don't know how or when, but I'm gonna find a way to take her out, because for God, you killed my wife. Okay, so, but yeah, and pretty much all of our save slots are gone too, so let's just get back into this. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Misty, you oblivious son of a biscuit. This is not an ordinary school day. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. You used to have Sayori to walk to school with. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. You lying piece of poo. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. Sayori was your motivation. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still very salty about what happened in the last episode. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. To be fair, though, that's kind of how I spend my free time anyway. There's always the anime club, but it's not like that there would be any girls in it anyway. Hey, I was in an anime club once. For like a day. Until school pretty much was like, hey, hit the books like 24/7 or else you're gonna fall behind. College is fun. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. Guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Misty? Oh, Jesus! Oh, look, it's the she-devil herself. Monica? Oh my goodness! I totally didn't expect to see you here! You lying bitch! Yeah, I'm gonna be busy censoring all of this. It's been a while, right? I mean, yeah, it has been a couple months since I picked up the game, so she's not wrong there. Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica is probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. And should be completely out of this game, the heartless monster. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little threatening. What'd you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Oh, Jesus Christ. I keep forgetting that she can do that. But in all seriousness, though, if Monica wasn't running it, I would totally be down for an actual literature club. I mean, come on. Poems, writing, like, old-fashioned books. Like, I know I've brought this up before, but, like, one of my low-key hobbies I don't talk about much is, like, reading old literature and stories and stuff. Like, the kind of stuff that you'd be forced to read in school, I would read for fun. Like, that is my jam, broham. Like, seriously, talk about Jane Austen with me. Let's do this. Yes! Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica just say she? Misty's inner lesbian is interested. Hey, Misty. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I guess so, but... In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Inner lesbian confused. Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. I can think of several, but Misty the character doesn't remember any of them. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? I can, again, think of a whole list of ways. Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome! You're really sweet, Misty, you know that? She's just trying to butter me up. God damn it. Why does all the sprites in here have to look so cute? God. I'm supposed to be mad at you. It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. She never needed supplies, I'm betting you. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. Oh, Jesus! Hey, Yuri. A guest? Seriously? You brought a... Oh god, with the switched pronouns, this is good. Wait, seriously? You brought a stranger? That's what I'll go with. Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Misty. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's girlfriend, right? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Or malnourished, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and also Brandon's waifu. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Look at you moving up in the world, Yuri. Good for you. I would have much rather to still be Sayuri, but good for you nonetheless. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Misty in a classroom, and she decided to come check out the club. I'm losing my words today. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to... Well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into her. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Dang it, we're not going to get any cute kitty cat cupcakes. Damn it. Why don't you come sit down, Misty? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Monica doesn't have Sayori to lift the spirits. You must really regret taking her out now, don't you? Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Yes, it do. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Misty, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, I forgot. Misty's a bit of a... Misty's not very cultured. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. I mean, who could say no to that face, though? Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The levels of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. Misty, you're such a tryhard. At this rate, Yuri may as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh? Why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Sorry if the voices sound a little bit off. It's been a while since I've played the game. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Hey, I just got an idea. How about this?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Misty? Hold on, there's still one problem.
Huh? What's that?
Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and... I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But...
I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Misty. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. If we don't find one more before the festival...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? Monika's guilt-tripping us! I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. Besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. And thus, Misty makes the worst decision of her life a second time. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Misty?
Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. Misty, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monika looks over at me once more.
Misty, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait.
With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright, usually I would end the episode right after the poem thing, but because it's been a while, I think we're going to do 2 in 1, so I hope you're ready. Ooh, but it looks like we've unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? I guess. Oh, God, no. I was worried about getting this one.
Things I like about Papa. I like when Papa comes home early. I like when Papa cooks me dinner. I like when Papa gives me allowance. I like when Papa spends time with me. I like when Papa asks me about my friends. I like when Papa asks me about anything. I like when Papa gives me lunch money. I like when Papa comes home before sundown. I like when Papa cooks. I like when Papa gives me privacy. I like when Papa doesn't tell me how to dress. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my friends. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my hobbies. I like when Papa comes home without waking me up. I like when Papa keeps food in the house. I like when Papa uses his inside voice. I like when Papa leaves my stuff alone. I like when Papa accidentally drops coins in the couch. I like when Papa's too tired to notice me. I like when Papa's too tired for anything. I like when Papa's too tired for anything.
Damn it! Okay, just for that, Natsuki, this one's for you, okay? This is all for you.
Poof.
No. No! Lollipop. Playground. Okay.
Cheer. Flower.
Okay, I know it's gonna go for her. Okay, giggle. Pure. Marshmallow. You would not believe your eyes. 10 million fire bubbles. I don't even know what I'm doing. Cute.
Sing.
Raindrops. Oh no. Okay, and no. Silly. Okay, that was still mostly Natsuki, so I think we're in the clear. Okay, before we continue, I'm just going to save real quick.
Hi again, Misty. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Misty. What's wrong with your face? I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, or we're just gonna ignore what happened to the face? Okay. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Hello, Natsuki. And is it just me, or is everything at an angle?
Come on, like she deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
And now Monica's in front of the frame? What the fuck?
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature!
I love her face. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plows back into her seat. Oh my god! Guys, it's Sayori! My girl! No! What are you doing? No! Game, why do you gotta do this to me? This isn't fair! I'm sorry, Misty. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. I'm still distracted by Sayori in the back. God damn it. And seriously, the whole classroom is tilting. This isn't right. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Okay, yep, I was right. It was tilting because everything's back to normal now. And Sayori's still in the back. I'm so sorry, my baby. We'll save you, I swear. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activity for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet.
Ugh!
Yes, there was enough for me to get Natsuki. This is for you, Brandon. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Okay.
Nothing, Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone is just going to mess it up?
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga.
You read manga, right?
Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway?
I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
Am I really that much of a weeb? What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is!
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world.
I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. It probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door.
She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Misty. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book. In fact,
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm going to show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo.
Don't just stand there.
Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that.
Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this.
Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am.
Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning?
You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then?
Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention?
I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice-of-life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Aw, she's cute. Are you sure this isn't boring for you?
It's not.
Even though you're just watching me read?
Well, I'm fine with that.
If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't?
Well, that's not... Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
Could you not rub it in?
Jeez. Sorry.
Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face.
I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. It's probably harder for someone like you.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part? Natsuki's low-key dragging us. God.
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this.
Okay, things are getting a little dark. Much darker than it was already. Good, like... Oh, like, wait, it's Doki Doki. Of course it was gonna get dark, but goddamn, I keep forgetting about Natsuki's whole backstory. I want to punch Suki in the face.
At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monika's kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I?
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it.
Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems.
Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
So? Jeez, that's enough! Are you gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah. I flipped the page. Dots. Lots of dots. Time passes. Here we go. Natsuki's strangely quiet now. Glance over at her. Looks like she's starting to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki?
Yeah?
Suddenly Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Oh, God! Dear, okay, whoa, hey, how, wow.
Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here.
Monika reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper.
I told you not to give...
She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it in her mouth.
Don't worry, Misty. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now?
Oh, Sayori's gone from the background. Who should I show my poem to first? I'm gonna go with Natsuki first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first.
Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all,
haven't you ever heard of the criticism sandwich, Natsuki? You start with something you like, then start with something you don't like, but then end again with what you did like. Natsuki rereads my poem.
Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion.
Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things.
Ugh.
In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monika said.
Ugh. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours is really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy.
So, in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. And I need a drink. Much better.
Oh, you don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said it.
I went to Natsuki there, God. I don't even know who I am anymore. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. No, she's just a tsundere. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right?
Fine, I guess. Only because Monika Only because Monika will make me if I don't.
Eagles can fly. I remember this.
Yeah. Told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, let's deal with the she-devil next.
Hi, Misty. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in...
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Misty. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
I like it, Misty.
Really?
It's a lot cuter than I expected.
Ah, jeez.
No, it kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment.
If you say so.
Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. Sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. It's just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth.
That's not something that you just bring up casually. Call the police. God damn it. Monica, you monster.
Hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know?
No. This isn't just about a character being petite. But you know one of your club members is in a rough spot where she eats so little that she is tiny and passes out. Call the police! Or the CPS! Or just something! Get her out of there! You monster! And you call yourself a club leader! If I was in her shoes and I noticed one of my club members having a hard time like this, I would do something! Like, it's not rocket science, Monica. God! Well, it must be rocket science to you. You're just a stupid AI thing.
Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know.
I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh, it's a continuation of her last one.
Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in the room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fear, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Just the fact that I've become self-aware. I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow.
That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. As much as I hate Monica, that is honestly advice I needed to hear. Thank you, Monica. All right, Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Oh, hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost Under the Light. We've read that before, and it was really good. I love her handwriting. It's so pretty. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Misty. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining places of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Okay. Whew. Alright, let's see how things progress. Phew. Guess it's everyone. Wait, what's up with the music? The music went up an octave for a minute. That was kind of weird. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. Oh no, Sayuri won't be able to break up this fight, no! They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watched each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem on the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Baka? Nani? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Misty did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Ooh, Yuri's dragging Natsuki now. Oof! And Misty liked my poem too, you know. She even told me she was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Misty appreciates my advice more than she appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know she didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh, snap!
Ugh. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Misty started showing up.
Natsuki!
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you! Wow. There's talk about a cat fight. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. Oh, frick. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Me? Look who's talking, you want to be edgy bitch.
Oh, jeez. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know.
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful. You might just cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Well, my bad. You already do, don't you?
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the f*** is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. Let Misty hear everything you really think. I'm sure she'll be head over heels for you after this.
Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just knows I was standing here. Misty. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it.
I'm having trouble focusing on anything with how staticky the screen's getting. How did I get dragged into this? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more of me. So of course it's going to be, Natsuki. Yuri? Natsuki? Yuri? Natsuki? Yuri? Natsuki? Yuri? Natsuki? Oh, hey, Monica. Oh, Jesus. Hi.
Hey, Misty. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay?
Okay. Honestly, I was worried that was going to mess up my computer. Holy shit.
Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little bit more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead.
Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the room. Oh, okay, Yuri, what the hell did you say to her? She quickly runs away. Yuri, what the hell did you say to Natsuki? Dear God.
Oh dear. Well, looks like they're done.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Misty, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today.
It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely.
You'll make sure of that, won't you, bitch?
Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want.
Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something. She keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I like to stay a little bit longer.
I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done.
Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today.
Kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri.
It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Misty. It would just be embarrassing with you listening.
I guess I don't really have a choice, do I?
I'm sorry for causing trouble. I really appreciate your understand of, Whoa, okay. And that little smile on Monica, she did that on purpose. Okay, so, in Brandon's honor, and also because Natsuki needs cheering up, I'm gonna make her a poem that she'll really like. I keep forgetting that Rose is her. I am just going to skip past that. Not questioning that. Not messing with that. Okay, sticky. Okay. And with that, we are going to leave that episode here. Okay, a lot has happened, and the game is slowly deteriorating, and Monica is still a bitch. Oh, God. Oh. So the girls are already starting to corrupt, and I'm scared of what's going to happen in this next episode. But at the same time, I'm kind of interested in seeing what happens. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope it'll be something entertaining for y'all to watch during this entire thing that's going on with the world. But yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, wear a mask, and I will see you guys next time. Later, peeps, and don't forget to keep on dreaming.